Now, um, the question that I put to Chris Bowen 2 or 3 times on whether or not he considered resigning, the answer to that is yes, isn't it?
Well, you'd have to consider throwing yourself out the window after a decision like that. I mean, yeah. And, you know, it is hard on Bowen too, because I think he's one of the ministers in the government that is extremely hard-working. He puts in to take, quite a portion of the load from the Prime Minister, and I think there's criticism that other ministers don't shoulder the load.
He shows all the signs of being a very capable minister. This is really really bad luck, I think, for the policy. They'd worked together, as they say, an innovative policy which may have worked. They'd done a lot of work on it. This is a bad luck judicial decision that's come across. The problems are really not that Labor can be blamed for, not so much this decision, which can be criticised itself, but everything leading up to it, the idea that you can both soften your boat people policy and not have more boat people come and then think, well, we didn't really mean to do that.
But I think it's everything leading up to it. Isn't this whole thing a question of over-promising? Like, this is a kind of a bit of a pattern of behaviour, right? So, you know, obviously it happened with East Timor. You know, we're going to have this agreement.
It's all the things leading up to it, as much as this.
There's this temptation, it seems, that's habitual to over-promise before it's in the bag. And, you know, where you have Bowen saying, well, look, you know, we're on absolutely safe ground here, I absolutely expect that the High Court will vindicate us, then it makes the blow so much worse when it doesn't happen.
I think we need to ask them, please, if we can have a look at the old advice they were given, not just the new advice.
Absolutely, me too.
And it also raises a serious issue about the quality of advice that's coming out of the Attorney-General's Department. Now, Bowen is the Minister for Immigration. The Attorney-General is the one who is responsible for the kind of advice the government is given. And this does back things you hear about the Attorney-General's Department, that it is not a brave department and that it is not necessarily doesn't necessarily always have the firepower at its disposal to actually tell the government things the government doesn't want to hear. And this, look, it may be, but let's see the old advice, because that'll tell us actually whether or not the government truly was ambushed here.